From the beginning of Elizabeth Warren's political career, she's been dogged by questions about her ethnic heritage, specifically her claim that she has Native American ancestry, and whether that claim led to favorable treatment from employers. But Warren's attempt to put that question to rest this week only provoked additional media scrutiny. For the better part of a year, President Donald Trump has been throwing taunts like this at Elizabeth Warren.
I will give you $1 million if you take the test and it shows you're an Indian.
So Warren did just that, releasing the results of a DNA test this week that appear to back up her claim.
The facts suggest that you absolutely have a Native American ancestor in your pedigree.
Warren shared the results with the Boston Globe, which reported that the test shows Warren is between 1/64th and 1/1024th Native American. It's that last number everyone latched onto, leaving even the mainstream media unimpressed.
Results of a DNA test, she says, proves she has some Native American heritage.
To her great relief now, she has found that she is, in fact, 1/1000th.
1/1024th. That's 0.0097%, which is not a lot.
Even the Cherokee Nation took exception. But hold on. A Washington Post fact check says the media, including the Post and the Globe, misinterpreted the DNA results.
Many interpreted this to mean that she is between 1/64th and 1/1024th Native American. But that's the wrong way of looking at it.
And Post fact-checker Glenn Kessler says, taken as a whole, the DNA test supports Warren's ancestry claims.
She had an ancestor, who was Native American, dating back probably about 6 generations.
Still, I'm guessing we'll never completely bury the hatchet on this one. Oh, bad. I don't know if anybody saw Glenn Kessler's pie charts about this when he was doing the fact-checking, the Pinocchio and all that. I mean, it was complicated he was talking about the science of DNA, and you can't just extract, a sample and say, oh, well, that proves that she's barely got any ancestral blood because of the way blood transforms over generations and generations. So we had these pie charts that, basically said that she's right. And essentially, she never claimed that she was, by the way, part of the tribal nation or anything like that. She just said that the folklore in her family was that she had Native American blood, and she's right.
And it turns out that, yeah, she is right. And Glenn Kessler at the Washington Post also reported that the findings show that she has something like 10 or 12 times more Native American blood than a typical white American would have. It is amazing to me the way that this story has gone on for years now. She started talking about it because I think she thought it was cool. This would be a neat thing to be able to say about myself. There's no evidence that she ever benefited from it in terms of employment, that she ever mentioned it to an employer. There is, in fact, evidence that there is some ancestry there. It's a big nothing burger, and yet it goes on and on and on.
Well, it ties into a lot of things, though. I mean, when the claim was first made, it was in the 90s. PC was a big thing. Campuses were really also making a big effort to diversify. I think the Globe did an excellent report earlier this year showing that she didn't use that to benefit her career. But I think you're right. It was a thing that she said. The big excitement over it, I think, had less to do with the numbers and more to do with timing and this question of whether to engage. Because this is somewhat similar to, Donald Trump saying that Barack Obama's birth certificate wasn't right. But it's easier to produce a document that is an actual birth certificate than to ask the American public in the height of a crazy midterm season to start parsing statistics and DNA evidence and the science of DNA. Why now? That's a big question.
And the thing was so slickly produced, too, that role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think what though is interesting is how the reason this bounced back, Dan, as we all know, is because this is something that Trump seized on, attached a racist name to it all, and he pushes this out there. So once again, Donald Trump is controlling the conversation here. I think she was in a situation, it was a no-win situation. She had to, if she is at all interested in going forward in 2020 as a candidate, she has to inoculate herself against this. And the only way you do it is you throw it out there, let the interest bubble up, and then the media being as we are with short attention spans, we will be then tired of this, and a year from now, this will not be a story. It'll just be out there. And I think she's absolutely right on there.
I do too.
That said, I do think, Dan, when you say that she did it perhaps only because it was cool, that isn't insignificant, because I think that does say something about her, that she felt that she had to say or do something to make herself somehow exceptional, and she chose that. Maybe she didn't benefit from that, but she listed herself in the Directory of American Lawyers as Native American, and I think that raises a legitimate question.
You know, didn't it seem, though, that reporters, as they were, doing the breaking news on this information, there was a sense of almost excitement that,
there was.
We're going to report this. We finally are going to put this behind us. And to your point of when this happened with the whole birther thing with President Obama, I remember when I was at the White House at the time, we were called into the briefing room, and we didn't know what we were going to get, and all of a sudden there was the birth certificate. And I remember getting up, running out, and sort of this breathless, we have it, and reflecting on that later, I thought it was in a way shallow reporting, because I guess it had absolutely nothing to do with politics or political leanings. It was more of, we finally have this, it's evidence, I don't have to deal with this anymore, but it really didn't change anything.
No, it didn't change anything.
Right?
It did. It put it to rest. Donald Trump said, I've proven this is not, but what Elizabeth Warren just did, for all the good reasons that Tom laid out, is not going to stop Donald Trump from calling her Pocahontas from now till the end of time.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, yes, things did die down when the birth certificate came out, but it did not. I mean, it was still part of the conversation, and I don't think this is going to go away.
Well,
certainly,
one thing that happened in terms of the breathless thing is everybody was so excited to kind of put it behind them, but I think in a positive way they go, yes, she's really Native American. Right. And then within hours or a day or two, the headlines turned.
It turns, exactly.
And everybody did. The Globe did very positive, and then everybody started turning on her.
Right. And I think sometimes the public, when they see these kinds of things, it's like, oh, yeah, you guys were all excited about it because you wanted to defend her, right?
I think they're wrong about that.